Hello, adventurers and history enthusiasts. Today, we are diving into one of the most impressive and moving aviation stories, Uruguayan Air Force Flight 571, which crashed in the Andes Mountains in 1972. This video is not just about an air disaster, but about the incredible survival story of a group of people who faced unimaginable conditions to stay alive. We will explore the events leading up to the crash, the hardships faced by the survivors, and the impossible decisions they had to make to ensure their survival. Besides being a fascinating story, you will learn valuable lessons about resilience, teamwork, and the incredible human capacity to overcome extreme adversity. Get ready for an intense and emotional journey that will surely capture your attention from start to finish. Flight 571 was a chartered flight on that October day. It carried members of the Old Christians Club rugby team, along with some friends and family members. They were traveling from Montevideo, Uruguay, to Santiago, Chile, for a game. Only one passenger had no relation to the team. As the plane approached its destination, co-pilot Lieutenant Colonel Dan de la Guerra, who was flying the plane, requested permission to land at Santiago Airport. The plane then began its descent. There was a problem. La Guerra and pilot Colonel Julio Cesar Ferradas had incorrectly identified the plane's position. When the plane descended from the clouds, it did not approach the airport's runway, but instead crashed into a valley high in the Andes Mountains. Of the 45 people on board, 33 people managed to initially save themselves and each other from the wreckage. Then they faced an even greater challenge, staying alive in the frozen Andes, where temperatures reached -30°C and blizzards dumped several meters of snow. Without medical supplies, heating, or food, the survivors used the destroyed plane as shelter and repurposed its parts, turning luggage into walls and seat covers into blankets. Soon, they would turn corpses into food. Although the survivors found a limited supply of food on the plane, such as candy, wine, and jam, it didn't last long. The extreme cold and hunger had already begun to take lives. Bodies piled up, one after another. Within 10 days, 6 more people had died. Those who didn't die were weakening. They came to a radical conclusion. If necessary, they would need to eat the dead to live. I will never forget that first incision, when each man was alone with his conscience on top of that endless mountain, on a day colder and grayer than any before or since. Wrote survivor Roberto Canessa in his 2016 memoir, "I Had to Survive." The 4 of us, each with a razor blade or shard of glass in hand, carefully cut the clothes off a body whose face we could not bear to look at. The initial team sent to seek help had to return due to adverse conditions. The official searches were suspended after 8 days, believing there were no survivors. The survivors themselves learned of this after assembling one of the plane's batteries and a radio found in the wreckage. On the afternoon of October 29th, just over 2 weeks after the crash, another disaster struck. As the survivors rested in their makeshift shelter, a cascade of snow came down the mountainside in the form of an avalanche, burying the plane and taking the lives of 8 more people. By December, the number of survivors had dwindled to 16. They faced a choice: wait for death or seek help. Nando Parado and Roberto Canessa decided to make one last attempt to seek help, despite the risks. The 2 young men would have to climb the mountains and hope to find help on the other side. They spent weeks preparing. On December 20th, the pair spotted another human being, Sergio Catalan Martinez, a Chilean shepherd. After the man brought help the next day, Parado and Canessa led authorities to the other 14 survivors. After 72 days lost in the Andes, they were all finally safe. News of the so-called miracle in the Andes quickly spread around the world. The revelation of the survival methods shocked the world and generated extensive media coverage. The experience had a profound effect on the lives of the survivors and their families, shaping their perspectives and futures. According to Canessa in his memoir, for us, taking that leap was a final rupture, and the consequences were irreversible. We were never the same again. Although 16 young men came down the mountain, The remains of those who did not survive never left the Andes. They were buried near the site where they died. We have concluded our journey through the incredible story of Uruguayan Air Force Flight 571. This survival story shows us the strength of human resilience and the importance of teamwork in life or death situations. If you enjoyed this video, leave your comment and share your ideas for future content. Subscribe to our channel for more fascinating and inspiring stories. Hit the bell icon to get notifications whenever we release a new video. Join us on this journey of knowledge and inspiration. See you next time.